became a permanent member of staff with the Walt Disney Company. This was after freelancing for 6 years, which I'm sure you will all agree is quite a long probation period. When Reg originally joined the company, he was made responsible for the film props. As well as maintaining the models, this involved looking after all sorts of strange things such as cars, cannons and speedboats, taking them to lots of different locations, and you were very lucky sometimes to even travel overseas.
Yeah.
What is possibly not known by a lot of you, Reg also starred in a lot of the stage shows. He's tread the boards in the Royal Albert Hall, London Palladium, and in fact, when appearing with his best friend, Baloo the Bear, received 3 standing ovations. Of course, Reg has mixed with a lot more illustrious company than is here today. And he's met many members of the royal family and has even appeared on stage with the Monkeys and Freddie and the Dreamers. I see puzzled looks there, I'll explain later. And it's also around the same time that we think Reg got his love of dressing up when he was sharing a dressing room with no lesser than Elton John. His real name is Reginald. Reg has also been on TV with Jim Will Fix It. Anyone know who that is? Yes. And Chris Cannon. Following the costume department move to Wales, Reg transferred to TV Technical to John Warren's department. But he continued the building maintenance at the same time. He really did do a lot of things outside of work and raised a lot of money for charity and special causes. For 30 years, Reg has been a loyal employee of the Walt Disney Company. Indeed, he is one of the longest serving employees that we have in this company, and I know a couple more are here today. We will all be sorry to see Reg leave, but especially his colleagues in facilities, because he's an integral part of our department. And he gets us out of lots of scrapes, especially with some of the challenges everyone here throws at us on a daily basis that we just don't know how to mend. I know I speak for everyone when I say we all wish Reg a very healthy, happy retirement. And thank you not only for your long and dedicated service to the Walt Disney Company, but all the help you have given us in our hour of need and in our hour of panic. So I would ask everyone to be outstanding and raise your glasses and wish Reg a happy retirement. I give you Reg the Ledge. I think Reginald wants to say a few words himself.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yes, a few bits, yeah.
Okay. This is your life, Reginald Stone.
Yeah. Got a few bits there. Being that Annie has told you just about everything I've done at Disney, I just thought I'd come out with a few just amusing things, starting with the last first, what I'm likely to do in the future. So here's a little story actually. On the 5th of the 5th, 1980, I joined Disney. Well, yeah, on that same 5th of the 5th, in 1291, on that same day, the Mamelukes of Egypt overwhelmed the Crusaders at Accra. Now this is important. Not many escaped the carnage, but a few top Knights Templars did manage to board a ship and flee to Europe. Their leader was a member of the honoured de Savary family who was guarding their most precious holy relics. To cut a long story short, they arrived in England, Sussex with the Huguenots on these fair shores in 1572. And in 1722, here it comes, a direct descendant of John Savary took possession of a large inn on the Thames at Hammersmith. You've got it, the Blue Anchor. Now, the trail was hot, so in the 1970s, I moved in and stayed there for 8 years. Dan Brown, eat your heart out. For lo and behold, there were indeed Masonic symbols built into the fabric of the pub. And although the place has been renovated many times, if you look closely enough, the clues still remain. So there you have it, my retirement challenge, Indiana Stone's quest for the Holy Grail. And for the first time in my life, I'll have enough time to fulfill it. Strangely enough, on my leaving date, the 20th of the 7th, only in this time, 1798, at the Battle of the Pyramids, Napoleon finally threw the Mamelukes out of Egypt. Now that's a quirky coincidence. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing when I retire. Well, sort of. Anyway.
You'd be in the pub all day, Reg.
Well, that's a good excuse. I've got to be there to do the research job. Yeah, let's see, I joined on the 5th of the 5th, and on the 5th of the 5th in 1815, that was Kierkegaard's birthday, but don't ask me anything about existentialism. I can't even pronounce it, let alone spell it. It was also Tyrone Power's birthday. You know, he was in the Mark of Zorro. And in 1961 on that day, Alan Shepard was the first man in space, and Britain launched its first satellite in 1963. And on leaving the date of my birthday, 20th of the 7th, the first moon landing took place. It's also the date of the bomb plot to kill Hitler. Alas, that failed. And of course, it was also on that date that the Spanish Armada set sail to invade England. Believe it or not, one of the captains who took part in the defeat of the Armada lived in Butterwick House on this very spot. But enough of this boring history. I've written a little poem which explains why and how I joined the company. This is nearly the end of it now. I wrote this in 1980. And it's how I started working at an engineering firm and then ended up here. Going back a few years, I played engineers, designing all manner of things. Robots that built cars and then reached for the stars by working on Great Concorde's wings. Automatic machines I invented in streams, so these tools not live men they'd employ. My mechanical quirks just put men out of work, and my job was no longer a joy. The bright future I'd planned just made unemployed man. My inventive ardour was quelled, for in my dark dreams I just pictured machines and not humans running the world. As they realised my work, their jobs were replaced, the union wreckers moved in, my machines they destroyed fast as they were deployed. To save hard-earned jobs was no sin. So insanely distraught, new employment I sought, a job void of worry and care. Yes, to entertain kids and ease folks' worry and stress, so I changed from a man to a bear. Not a real bear, I mean, but a laughter machine, with a film company's character crew. As the years followed on, the inventor was gone, but the soul of the bear grew and grew, till the man was the bear, free from worry and care. This transition may sound, but it's true. For the part that I played as the creature just stayed, and that's why I'm just like Baloo.